Hi, everybody. Hope everybody is good and having the best of 2025. The last few years definitely were not meant for the faint-hearted, and I can. Anybody cannot understand what the other person is going through. The other person knows what they're going through, right? So, I'm not gonna say that I can understand what you're going through, but I can get into your shoes and at least feel what you're going through and give you some clarity around what's the best for you, or what's out there. A lot of fear, misinformation, and people still living in old habits or old wounds or old relationships that don't serve them. Not meant that you leave everybody or everything at once, but it's something to think about. So um, I'll just tell my story over here because I think it's the most that gonna make sense. That I had a pretty amazing. Thank you so much to the God, universe, and the divine. That I had a pretty amazing, or I would say I have a pretty amazing life, and I had a lot of successes, some relapses, some lows, in otherwise a very amazing journey. But the last few years have been pretty challenging, and um, after long, essentially, introspections and failing in interviews, preparing and then failing again, and then seeing, hey, what's going on? Uh, and I was in Amazon last, and I had a very successful time period over there, and all of a sudden, every I was everything was just taken. It felt like somebody was really taking away things from me one by one. And I lost my job. My dad had a heart surgery, and I came back and actually lost my job. And I knew when I was actually on Southwest Airlines, I tried to log in for work. I tried to log in for work also when I was on vacation. So there's a lot of lessons over here that I learned. Number one is humility. I would say that handling success is difficult. Handling success requires a lot of introspection. It requires you to go through coaching, and there's no such thing in natural born leaders. Even the best of the best falls. So do not compare yourself with others. In my own case, when I was in the high tides, I was on the high. And I admit that I had some amount of arrogance that got into me. I was away from humility, and I saw that everything just clicks. Well, it doesn't. There's a plan that you make. There's a backup plan that you make. There's another backup plan B. For example, you make a plan A, B. If the universe or divine or God, they have their own plans. So you have to embrace those plans. So know that there's a build phase, and then there's a growth phase, then there's an execution phase, and there's no hard lines between them. They can overlap on multiple aspects. But building is very important. I mean, if you have not fought with your inner demons, metaphorically inner demons, which means, if you haven't been towards a journey of humble, if you have been still clinging on materialistic desires a lot, or if you are still into past. A lot of people are that I talk to, I try to help them with getting out of the past, because past is gone. This is what it is over here. And if you do not like it, you cannot do anything about it. You can do a lot of things, but you cannot go back to the past. So this video, by the way, it's going to be random. It's my first video, so my apologies in advance if it doesn't make most sense. It may resonate with some people, but I will assure you my future videos, if I choose to make, will make a lot of sense to a lot of people. So right now I just want to give a short message over here, and thank you so much for listening so far. That two things you can do to make your life easier. Number one is, don't be scared of AI. AI is here to help you. Fear has a very low vibration, which means that if you are in fear, you're going to attract the same fear. It's going to compound. It's not going to just go away. You keep attracting it. It feels familiar. It is. Sometimes fear is actually grounding too. Some people have, or myself even, I was in the past, I was grounded by fear. But it is a false grounding. So the real grounding, or real living in your authentic self, or living in a self, living in a journey where you can be yourself, it takes a lot of courage. Essentially, when you see an electrons getting out of their orbit, they need a lot of potential energy, right? They need this whole energy to get out of their orbits, and once they are out of the orbit, they can roam around, around the, I don't remember quite, but maybe the nucleus, or the center. So just try to be easy on yourself. A lot of people are going through pain and similar things. You're not alone, but it's not that you're not loved or you're not seen for. Believe in the divine, believe in the universe, believe in God, whoever you choose to actually affiliate with. There's no right or wrong way, but the most important thing is to connect inside. If you connect deep outside, it will serve you. I mean, you have to connect outside. We have to live here on earth, so that's important. But if you do not connect inside and just connect outside, you're not going to get those results. So going back, do not be afraid of AI. It's here to help you. And the second thing is that there are times of growing, and sometimes there's time of building, and you have to believe that and surrender. Now surrender, I have to make a different video on it, but you have to just surrender sometimes. Too much control will not give you the results. I hope this message helps you a bit, and thank you so much for listening. Fahad here. Thanks.